morning. Hello, and welcome to another episode of At Home with APS. My name is Mrs. K, and I am so excited to spend a little bit of time with you today. And together, we're going to think about how we can start to get our minds and our hearts ready to go back to school in the fall. Now, this year, it's a little different. It's going to look a little different getting our minds and hearts ready to go back to school because we don't exactly know what school's going to look like in the fall. Some of it might be similar to how you saw school last year, but some of it might look and feel different. And that can be really hard. It can be hard when we don't really know what to expect. So today, we're going to work a little bit on some strategies that can help you get your mind and heart ready for school, even if we don't quite know what school is going to look like. Are you ready? Now, this lesson was designed for students kindergarten through 5th grade, but it's also a pretty good conversation to have with grown-ups. So if you would like to invite an adult, maybe that lives with you, into the room so they can join you for this, go ahead and do that. Now we're going to be talking about a really important phrase, 2 words that are super important when getting our minds and hearts ready for this new school year. And those words are flexible thinking. Say those words with me. Flexible thinking. Have you heard that before? Here in a minute, we're going to talk a little bit more about what those words flexible thinking mean. But step 1 to get our hearts and minds ready for school next year, even if we don't know what it's going to look like. You ready? Pasta? Silly Mrs. K. Why do you think I'm going to start talking about pasta first? That doesn't seem to fit, does it? But I'm going to show you how it does fit. Here you will see I have 2 types of noodles. Now these are both fettuccine noodles, but these ones are dry and these ones are cooked. I want you to look at this dry noodle. This dry noodle is going to represent a fixed mindset or fixed thinking. That's when our mind is only thinking about something one way. Now, what do you think is going to happen if I take the top of this noodle and bend it all the way down to the bottom? What do you think will happen? Let's see. It's pretty flexible. Oh, what happened? It broke. It was a little flexible, but not very flexible. So then when I applied some pressure, it snapped. Now let's look at this cooked pasta, this cooked fettuccine. Can I bend this all the way around? Oh goodness, yeah, this one is really wiggly. This is like flexible thinking or growth mindset, when we can bend and adapt to new situations. I'm going to show you another picture that's going to help us think about flexible thinking. Here we have a couple of different trees. Now I want you to stand up and do this with me. We're going to pretend that we are a tree. Maybe you're a tall palm tree, or maybe you're a big tree with long branches. And I want you to feel your feet in the ground and imagine that there are roots that go way beneath your feet. And be your strong tree. Now, I want you to imagine that you're in a storm and it's getting really windy. And you are blowing and it's really windy over to this side. You're in this storm and it's so windy and it's kind of uncomfortable, but you're not going to snap because you're flexible. And you're not going to fall over because you have deep roots. You are a big, strong tree. This time right now, this COVID-19 pandemic can feel like a big windstorm. It feels uncomfortable, sometimes scary, loud and chaotic. And we are the trees. And if we work on our flexible thinking or our growth mindset, we can bend with that wind and that storm so we don't snap like the fettuccine noodle. And eventually, even though it may feel like it's lasting forever, the storm will end. And our tree will be able to stand up straight again. But until that happens, while we're still in this storm, we can work on our flexible thinking. So flexible thinking is when we're able to think about something in a new way. I put a picture of a busy street there because one example of flexible thinking is maybe if a parent is driving you to school or an adult is driving you to school and they usually go one route, but then there's a traffic accident and this adult has to think of a new route, a new way to get you to school. That's an example of flexible thinking. Thinking of something one way, and when we run into a problem, we're able to change our thinking. Another example of flexible thinking is if I'm playing basketball and I can see the net and I'm dribbling down to the net and I've got a straight shot to the net, but then a defender from another team steps in front of me. I have to use flexible thinking. I can't go this way anymore. I might have to switch hands and go the other direction or pass to a teammate so they can get the ball to the net. That's another example of flexible thinking, changing the way that I was going to do something. Now, did you know that you use flexible thinking all the time? You use it when you're reading, when you're writing, when you're doing math, when you're making new friends. But I want us to think about how we can practice flexible thinking when we're trying to get ready for the fall semester, even though we don't know exactly what the fall semester will look like. Just like we stretch our muscles to make them more flexible, we have to do exercises to help us practice making our minds and our hearts more flexible. I'm going to give you 3 things that you can practice doing to strengthen your flexible thinking and to get your minds and hearts ready for this new school year. This first idea is journaling. Now, part of flexible thinking, when we move from one way of doing things to a new way of doing things, we have to kind of let go of some of those feelings of sadness or frustration that we can't maybe do things the same way we used to. And one way to let go of those big feelings is by writing them down. For my more experienced writers, I encourage you to write down information about those big feelings. It can be in a journal or just on a sheet of paper. For my younger writers, you can journal using pictures. The more time we spend trying to get those emotions out onto paper, the easier it is to move on from them. So journaling is a great way to do that. Another great way to improve our flexible thinking and to think of the fall semester in a positive way is to make an I do know list. Have you heard of that? So there's a lot of things about school that we don't know yet. We don't know what it's going to look like exactly. We maybe don't know what it's going to feel like exactly, but there are a lot of things that we do know. So making a list of the things we do know can make us feel a little better. So maybe I don't know exactly what school will look like, but I do know that my new teacher is so excited to meet me. I don't know what the classroom is going to look like, if I'm going to sit in a desk or maybe start out sitting at home. I don't know that. But I do know, if I'm a 3rd grader, that I'm going to learn how to do multiplication this year and division. And that's going to be really great. Maybe you might write, I do know that I'm a hard worker, and so I will face challenges this year, but you know what? I'm going to overcome them. Or, I do know that I am a kind friend, and I will have friends from last year, but I'm also going to make some new friends this year. Sometimes if we focus on the positive things that we do know will happen, it can take some of those scared feelings out of the things that we aren't really sure about right now. This friend is writing her I do know list on Post-it notes. You can do that, or you can just write them on a piece of paper, or maybe you can sit with an adult and you can both take turns sharing I do know ideas together out loud. This last idea, I call it changing the station. Sometimes I like to think of my brain like a TV, and my thoughts are different stations. And sometimes, you know what? I get stuck on this one thought. Maybe it's a thought about being worried, like worried about school in the fall. And I just get stuck on this thought. But I need to remind myself, Mrs. K, you could change the station. So if you're feeling like you're stuck in those thoughts of worry or maybe sadness, I encourage you to try to change the station so that you're not feeling that way all the time. You can maybe change the station by taking a walk with an adult and maybe telling them how you're feeling. It can be helpful to talk about our feelings. Or maybe you might decide to read a really good book or do some artwork. Or maybe get up and do some exercises. Sometimes if we change our state, change our activity, it can help us to change the station in our mind, and it can help us move from those hard feelings, those big, difficult feelings, to feelings that are calmer. Now, before we go, I want you to think back to being that tree. I want you to plant your feet really hard into the ground and spread out your arms, either really tall like a palm tree or really wide, like those big cottonwood trees that are down by the river. And I want you to think about that maybe you're in a storm right now. Maybe it's a little storm, just kind of windy out. Or maybe it's a big storm where you are blown over to one side. And it's uncomfortable. And it's hard to be in this big storm. And it's okay to feel sad or frustrated or worried. But I want you to remember that as this tree in this storm, your roots are planted firmly in the ground. And you are working on your flexible thinking. You are working on thinking about things in a new way, which means you're not going to snap in half like this fettuccine noodle. You're going to bend like this tree. And then pretty soon, the storm will pass. And maybe it'll still be kind of windy. But if you are taking time to practice taking care of your mind and your heart, some of those stormy feelings will start to feel a little less stormy and a little less big. I know that things are difficult right now, and I know it's hard when we don't know exactly what's going to happen. But I also know that you are tough, you are hardworking, and that you are going to take on this new challenge and you're going to grow from it, just like our tree. Thank you for joining me. I hope that some of these ideas helped you, and I'm really excited for what's up next on At Home with APS.
Good morning and welcome back to At Home with APS PE Edition. I am Miss Hornbeck, and with me I have
Mr. Denham. Great to see everybody.
Good morning. All right, I hope you guys are ready. We're gonna do some fun warm-up activities today. So make sure you have a nice open space where you can move around, all right? A couple of key things. If you want to grab maybe 6 different colors, like if you have stuffed animals that maybe are 6 different colors, or if you have socks that are 6 different colors, and you know what, if you don't have anything like that, that's okay, because you can just simply get a piece of paper and write a color on it. So you can get a piece of paper and write red, you can get a piece of paper and write orange, you can get a piece of paper and write yellow, green, blue, and purple. So, and then you can just spread the colors out an open space. You just want to know what colors you're next to when the music stops, because that's what exercise you're going to do. And we'll all go over this and review it, so don't worry. So when the music stops, if you are by red, you're going to do a frog jump. We've done frog jumps before, but I'm going to go ahead and have Mr. Dunham demonstrate, if you wouldn't mind showing them what a frog jump looks like. Perfect. And you know what? I even like how he's next to the red spot right there. Excellent. Good job. All right. If you end up stopping when the music stops and you stop by an orange spot or your paper that says the word orange on it, you're going to go ahead and do jumping jacks. Excellent. Thank you, Mr. Dunham. All right, if you go ahead and stop next to a yellow spot or a piece of paper that you wrote yellow on, you're gonna do push-ups. Now there's several forms of push-ups, right, Mr. Dunham?
Yep.
You can do puppy push-ups. Excellent. You can do regular push-ups. Excellent. Or you can even do wall push-ups. Perfect, great, excellent. And if you end up on green, you're gonna do what we've done them before, is we call them ice skaters or skaters. So you're gonna kind of jump from side to side, just like that. Excellent, picking that other leg up behind you, perfect. If you end up by your piece of paper that says blue, or if you have some color of stuffed animal or something around your house that's blue, you're gonna do sit-ups. Kind of just an easy, simple curl up, just like that. Perfect, Mr. Dunham, thank you. And last one, you're gonna go to purple, all right? And you're gonna do a plank jack. We've done these before. You're just simply in a plank position, and you're gonna move your feet in and out, just like that. Plank, perfect. Excellent, Mr. Dunham. Thank you for demonstrating.
You're welcome.
All right. Now, how we're going to move around the spots is, first we're going to start the music. We're going to call this kind of musical spots, all right? So we're going to start the music, and when the music stops, I want you to find a color of anything that you have at your house. Maybe it's paper plates, maybe it's socks, maybe it's just a piece of paper with the color written on it, or if you have markers or crayons. And whatever color you end by is what exercise you are going to do. And we're going to do the exercises for about, what do you think, Mr. Dunham?
I think 30 seconds
All
is
right.
perfect.
Perfect. 30 seconds. We're going to do the exercise for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to get going again. Now, how do we move around the spots? We're going to use our fun locomotor skills. We've done some locomotor skills before, but we're going to just review them so you all understand and remember. All right, Mr. Dunham, will you go ahead and demonstrate what running is? Perfect. All right, our next one we have is skipping. Excellent, a hop, step, and a jump. Excellent. I even like how he's moving in and out of those spots or papers. Excellent. All right, now a gallop. What does the gallop look like? Excellent, step together, and your hips are facing forward. Perfect. What does walking look like? Excellent. All right, hopping. Do we hop, Mr. Dunham, with 1 foot or 2?
1 foot.
1 foot, excellent. Will you show us hopping? Perfect. All right. Sliding, what does that look like? Going sideways, this is very similar. Step together, very similar to galloping, except your hips are your hips aren't facing forwards. Thank you, Mr. Dunham. And jumping, do we jump with 2 feet or 1?
2 feet.
2 feet. Excellent. Jump and land. 2 feet. Jump and land. Perfect. Excellent. And our last one, leaping. Mr. Dunham, when we leap, what are some things that we might leap over?
Well, I like to think of leaping like you're leaping over a giant puddle. So leaping is when you jump on 1 foot. So I'm going to jump on my right foot, and I land on my left foot.
Excellent. I really like how he goes from 1 foot to the other. If we have safe objects like stuffed animals or paper that's flat, can we leap over those?
Sure you could.
Excellent, just like that, perfect. All right, so you guys all know the color, and don't worry, we'll say what color, all right? So at home, we won't know what color you are by, but that's why we have it up here, all right? And we'll review, so don't worry. All right, so we're gonna start with running. Are you ready, Mr. Dunn?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?
And when we do the locomotor patterns, we'll probably do those probably not as long as the 30 seconds, correct?
No, we're just gonna do them for maybe about 10, 15 seconds,
Yeah.
and then we'll stop the music and we're gonna do our exercise.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Oh, what do you guys, I want you guys to take a note of how you're feeling right now, and at the end, we're gonna ask you how you feel after all this wonderful physical exercise, all right?
So some of those feelings, maybe you're feeling happy, sad, nervous, or anxious, angry, tired, hungry, and we'll think about how we feel now and then how we feel at the end of doing all this physical activity.
Excellent, I like that. I'm excited for that. All right, so the first one we're gonna start off with is running. So be sure you're in open space. All right, Mr. Dunham,
right.
are you ready?
I am.
All right, here we go.
So running.
Running. All right, Mr. Dunham is by the green one, and so he is going to do skaters. I'm by orange, so I'm gonna do jumping jacks.
All right.
And if you're by red, you got frog jumps. If you're by yellow, you got push-ups. If you are by blue, you got sit-ups. And purple is plank jacks.
All right, and we're gonna do these for 30 seconds.
30 seconds. You guys got this.
Seconds left, everybody.
You guys can do this.
4, 3, 2, and 1.
Good job.
Great job.
All right, next one we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and skip. You guys ready to skip?
All right, skipping.
Here we go. All right, perfect. All right, Mr. Dunham ended by red. He's gonna do frog jumps. I'm by blue. I'm gonna do some sit-ups.
All right, let's go ahead and get started. I'll put some music on.
So remember, whatever color you're at home, you can go ahead and do those.
Seconds left, everybody. 3, 2, and 1.
Good job. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and hop.
Hopping, 1 foot.
1 foot. All right, Mr. Dunham ended by orange.
So I'll be doing jumping jacks.
Excellent. I'm by purple, so I'm gonna do plank jacks.
All right, here we go. Get started on that. Seconds left. 3, 2, and 1.
All right, excellent. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and jump 2 feet.
2 feet jumping.
All right, here we go. All right, so I ended by yellow. I'm going to do some push-ups.
Purple, I'm doing some plank jacks.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds. Seconds to go. 3, 2, and 1.
had to go down to my knees. My arms were getting tired. All right, we're on to galloping.
Galloping, let's do it.
All right, here we go. All right, Mr. Dunham's by yellow. He's gonna do some push-ups, and I'm by green. I'm gonna do some skaters.
Here we go in 3, 2, 1. Left.
You guys got this.
Three, two, one.
All right.
Woo.
We're gonna, is your heart rate getting up, Mr. Dunham?
It sure is. I think after this we should check what it is.
I would agree with that. All right, guess what? We gotta walk now.
Okay, so a little less intense.
All right.
All right, here we go.
So you're walking at home. All right, Mr. Dunham ended at blue. He's gonna do some sit-ups, and I ended up at red. I'm gonna do some frog jumps.
All righty, in 3, 2, 1. Good job, everybody.
You guys got this.
Less than 10 seconds, wow. 3, 2, 1.
All right, awesome. All right, now we're gonna do some sliding. You ready at home to do some sliding?
And remember, sliding is like a gallop, but we're traveling in a sideways direction, almost like a basketball player, right, that's on defense.
That is an excellent example, and I'm glad you mentioned that.
All right, here we go.
All right, excellent. Mr. Dunham ended up at orange. He's gonna do some more jumping jacks. I ended at yellow. I'm gonna do some more push-ups.
All right, 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, keep on going. There goes the music. We're at 10 seconds, everybody. 5, 4, 3,
Don't give up, keep going.
2, and 1.
All right, Mr. Dunham, guess what? We're at our last locomotor skill.
Our last locomotor skill, all right.
Excellent.
Leaping,
All right, leaping, here we go.
like you're leaping over a puddle.
Yep. Think about New Mexico. It rains. When it rains real hard, right?
Yeah.
There's lots of puddles to leap over,
Yep.
right?
Yep, and so we're leaping over those puddles.
All right. All right, Mr. Dunham ended at green. He's gonna do skaters, and I was actually at blue. I'm gonna do some sit-ups.
All right, here goes. Last exercise in 3, 2, 1.
You guys got this. You guys are doing awesome.
Ten seconds to go. Three, 2, 1.
Excellent.
Nice work, everybody.
All right, hey, high 10, Mr. Dunham. Virtual high 10, and virtual high 10 for you guys out there. You guys did an awesome job.
That was
Mr.
excellent.
Dunham, would you like to lead us in finding your heart rate?
Yeah, so again, this is the 4th time we've done this over these last 4 weeks. So I'm taking my 2 fingers, my index and my middle finger, I'm starting right underneath my earlobe, and I follow the jaw line right below my jaw on the side of my neck. I press with a little bit of pressure, and I'm able to feel a pulse. And we're gonna count that pulse and how many times we feel it pulsing for 6 seconds. Then we're going to multiply that number by 10, and that'll give us our 6-second pulse. All right, so here we go. Take those 2 fingers, follow it down your jawline. Find that pulse and begin counting now. And stop counting. So I counted 14 beats in that 6-second period. So I take that number, 14, I multiply it by 10, and that equals 140. So I have a heart rate of 140 beats per minute, and that's pretty good. That's a pretty good heart rate for about 7-8 minutes of work. So we're gonna get on to another really great activity here that Ms. Hornbeck is going to talk about.
All right, so we had done, when school was in session, you know, we're now in summer, so we had done a fun activity that Mr. Dunham had done with 2 balloons. We had done called Keep It Up, right? Mm-hmm. And I liked it so much that I thought, we're gonna add Keep It Up with Clean Your Room. All right, now, for those of you that have maybe never done this before, we have objects scattered all around the floor, all right? And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna use these 2 balloons. If you don't have balloons at home, you can use
like a
sandwich bag.
Sandwich bag that you can blow up and then zip up. That works fine. Maybe some rolled up socks that maybe you can keep up in the air.
Excellent. Even a grocery sack would work too,
Or a grocery sack. Sure, you could just throw and catch the grocery sack in the air.
Excellent. And now I want you at home, at home you can use anything. You can, for on the floor to clean your room. And if you have some sort of laundry basket, you know, that's perfect. Just put it kind of in the center and just scatter at least 10 or 11 items just around. You can use socks, you can use crumpled up pieces of paper, you can use clothing, whatever you have just lying around the house, all right? Now we have a bunch of PE equipment that we're gonna use because we're PE teachers, so, but at home you can use whatever you have, you know, items you have, socks, any sort of PE equipment. All right, so the object of this is to keep both balloons up in the air. Oh, this is gonna be tricky, I can already tell. If you're having a hard time or it's really challenging to use 2 balloons, you can start off with 1 balloon if you want. So I may start off with 1 balloon, and you wanna keep that balloon up in the air, and you're going to then pick up 1 piece of item, and you're going to put the item in the laundry basket, and then you're gonna go over, and you are going to then pick up another piece of item until you have all 10 items picked up. I think we might have 11 each.
Cool.
But at home you can do 5 items. Whatever you have, that's what you can do.
I think this is a great idea, and I'll use it to get my daughter to clean her room.
Oh, you know what, that's excellent. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and try just with 1 balloon first, and then maybe we'll try with 2 balloons, and then we will move on to our fun, exciting dance.
All righty.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Okay.
All right, ready, set, go. Good job, Mr. Dunham.
Thank you. You're doing excellent as well.
It's so hard to keep your eyes on the balloon.
It is.
And make sure you're picking up the piece of item. Trying to make sure that balloon does not hit the ground. If it hits the ground, is that okay?
Oh, that's okay. You just pick it up and you just continue to strike it in the air.
Excellent. Hey, Mr. Dunham, can you strike with other things like we've
Sure.
shown them before?
You can use the palm of your hand, the back of your hand. your head, your shoulders, your elbow.
As long as you're keeping that balloon up.
We have a messy room here, don't we?
Yes, we do. And I kind of did not spread them out far enough. All right. At home, if you've gotten all your items, good job. There's a couple more. I'm gonna let Mr. Dunham get them because he's right by them.
Oh.
All right.
Wow.
Good
That's
job.
pretty fun.
Virtual high 10 at home. Mr. Dunham, virtual high 10. Excellent. So we can only put do you want to try just maybe 2 or 3 items each and we'll just do 2 balloons just to give them an idea at home what it looks like?
Sure.
All right, so I'm going to spread it out for him this time so he's not getting real close. Keep him nice and far. And Mr. Dunham, feel free if you want to spread them out further, go ahead.
Thank you, Ms. Hornbeck.
All right, so we're just going to do 3. All right? And we're going to try with 2 balloons. For me, this might be a little tricky.
I think this might be tricky for me, but I'll give it a try.
All right. You know what? As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
All right, ready?
All right.
Here we go. Uh-oh. All right, I lost my both balloons already.
Oh, that's challenging.
This is very challenging. You know what might be some key things?
You probably want to, if you can strike it fairly high, that could give you an opportunity to grab the item.
I'm just gonna go back down to 1. I was not. How about even if you're striking just with your head while you pick up the...
Oh yeah, that could work. That was challenging, but that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. That was a little challenging, but that was fun. Hey, Mr. Dunham, did our heart rates get up for that too?
Oh yeah, definitely. Should we check it?
Yeah,
Let's
I would love to check it.
Okay. I'll give you a moment to find your pulse.
I hope you had fun at home doing that activity.
Yeah. Start counting now. Go ahead and stop. So I counted 130 beats. 13 beats in that 6-second time period. Multiply that by 10, 130. So my heart rate is 130 beats per minute, which is 10 fewer than last time. But we're doing some pretty intense exercises.
Yes.
But it's still high.
Yeah, so that's awesome. That's great. I got about 120, 125. So
Excellent.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Our heart rates are up. All right. We're gonna do some dancing, my favorite.
We're gonna do some dancing. So this is a great dance I do at my school, at Zia Elementary School. The kids love it of all ages. So these activities that we're doing today are activities we can all do.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what age you are. They're age appropriate for all grade levels. So this is a dance called Funky Cowboy, okay? So what I want you to do is follow along with me and we will learn the different parts of the dance, and then we will play the music, and we'll do the dance to the music. All right? So in dance, and in music in general, in most cases, we count things in counts of 8. Okay, 8 counts. So the first 8 counts, or in 8 counts.
Hey, Mr. Dunham, we did the drumming, and was the drumming to 8 counts last week?
The drumming was to 8 counts as well.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that up because it's a nice flow into what we're doing today.
Yep.
So we have 8 counts, and this first section is broken up into 2 4-count sections that equal 8. Okay, so this first 8-count section is 2 smaller pieces that are 4 counts each. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clap 2 times on my right side, 2 times on my left. All right? So it looks like this. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right? I want you to try that at home with us. Okay? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one more time. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Pretty easy. The next thing that we're going to do is kind of like a cowboy or a cowgirl when they get off their horse and they have to dust off their jeans. We're going to dust off our shorts or our pants and with this kind of motion, and it's going to be 4 counts. Watch what I do. 5, 6, watch me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you're just dusting off your jeans. Ready? 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that one more time. Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great job. Let's put that together. The clapping, then the dusting off of the jeans. Okay, here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Let's do that one more time. Here we go. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Now, the next part of the dance is a grapevine. And it seems like every dance, there's always a grapevine. Okay, and a grapevine is a step to your right or to your left. So as I step to the right, I'm going to step with my right foot out to the right. My left foot goes behind. My right foot goes out. And then my left foot touches. Okay? Watch how I do this in a live and in action. Watch this. 5, 6, just watch me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go back. 5, 6, 7, 8. So remember, we step, then behind, step, together. Step, behind, step, together. All right? So that's a total of 8 counts. 4 counts to the right, 4 to the left. 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great, let's do that one more time. 4 to the right, 4 to the left. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Let's do this. Let's put the clapping, the dusting off your pants, and the grapevine to the right and left together. All right?
All right, sounds good. I'm ready.
Here we go. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great work. All right. So we have 2 8-count sections. We're going to learn 2 more 8-count sections. We'll put them all together. We'll try it without the music, and then we'll try it with the music.
All right, sounds good.
All right. So this is where the funky cowboy part of the dance comes in. So this is a fun little sequence here. So what I'm going to do with my knees, I'm going to kind of like bring them in and out. And as I'm bringing them in and out, I'm taking my arms almost like noodles, and they're just going back and forth, side to side. Okay? That's the funky cowboy. We're going to do that for 4 counts. Ready? 5, 6, funky cowboy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple. Let's do it one more time. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. We still have 4 more counts. 5, 6, 7, and 8. And what that is the funky chicken. So make chicken wings. All right, and we're going to do 4 counts of chicken wings. Ready? 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty simple. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Chicken wings. Ready? 5, 6, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Let's put that section together. The funky cowboy, the funky chicken. Here we go. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Let's try it again. 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great work. The last part of this dance is a lasso. So cowboys and cowgirls are known for having a lasso. I have a cousin that's actually participates in rodeos, and that's one of the things that he does. So this is an 8-count turn, and as we're turning, we're taking a lasso and we're turning it around in a circle above our head. And while we're doing that, we're just going to do an 8-count turn right where we're standing. So let me demonstrate this first before you jump in. Watch me. 5, 6, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? 1 turn, but it took 8 counts to do the turn. Let's try that. 5, 6, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good job. Let's try this. Everything together.
Okay.
The clapping, then the dusting off of the pants, then the grapevine. After the grapevine, we do the funky cowboy. Then after that, we do the funky chicken. And then the lasso. All right. Here we go. 5, 6, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Funky cowboy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready, turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Great job. So that sequence that we did, it just repeats, and it repeats, and it repeats. So let's try it with the music. This is a lot of fun. There's a little bit of an introduction, so you'll have time to think about it and think about what the beat is going to look like. And you know what? If we don't do a move exactly right, that's okay. As long as you're moving, as long as you're participating, because it may happen to me while I'm teaching you this dance.
As you just saw, it just happened to me. So
Here we go. Getting the music ready for the funky cowboy. There's a nice little introduction here.
He came riding into town.
Hear the
on his
horse?
rusty old paint. Hell-bent for leather. He called himself Hank. Out on the dance floor, he dusted off his hat. He said, "Step aside, strangers. This old funky cowboy is gonna show you where it's at."
Ready, go. 2, 3, 4. Go to the right. Left. And turn. And repeat that. Here we go. To the right. And we turn. Here we go.
He winked at me, grinned, said there's really nothing to it. Come on, everybody, let me show you how to do it. Let your boots start moving now from heel to toe. Let your knees start bumping and your rubber legs roll. It ain't no two-step or cotton eye joint.
To the right.
Jump for joy when you do the funky cowboy.
And turn.
Cowboy.
And the clap. Go to the right. Left. Funky cowboy. Chicken. And we turn. To the right.
The table started shaking, all the lights were growing dim. Nobody said a word, every eye was watching him. The band started playing, they just fell into the groove. Everybody in the place started doing all his moves. Then he rode off in the sunset like he was Gina Roy. He left them all a dancing to the funky cowboy.
To the right.
I got excited there.
We're going to do this sequence 2 more times. Ready, go. Right. Funky cowboy. Chicken. Turn around. Last time. Here we go. To the right. Left. Great job, everybody. Whew, that was a lot of fun.
Hey, virtual high 10, Mr.
That was
Dunn.
awesome. Good
and
job,
virtual high
everybody.
10 out there to you all. Whew, that got my heart rate up.
Oh, it did. And here's something. We talked about this at the beginning of our class session about how we feel. Maybe we were feeling a little nervous, a little anxious. Hopefully, after doing all this physical activity, we're able to maybe settle ourselves down. Maybe we were happy already and we're still happy. But hopefully you can see that physical activity helps with anxiety, nervousness. If you're feeling tired, it wakes you up and you're more energetic. If you're happy already, you're just a happier person. So physical activity is such an important part of your everyday life. That's why kids such as yourselves, you're recommended to have 60 minutes of physical activity daily.
Yep.
60 minutes daily. And it doesn't mean 60 minutes all at once. It can be 10 minutes here, 15 minutes here, okay? So you all did a really great job. What we're gonna do, we're gonna stretch for a little bit. I'll put on some really, really soft music that's calming, and we'll just do a few stretches, a little bit of breathing, and then we'll be finished. You all did a great job.
All right. This sounds exciting. I'm excited to do some stretching. You probably have noticed that your heart rate has definitely started to come down, and that's good. This will help bring it down also, the stretching. Mm-hmm. And breathing will help bring your heart rate down.
Oh, totally. All right, so standing nice and tall like a mountain, shoulders back and down. Let's do just 3 breaths standing here, nice and tall. In and out through your nose. Let's add our arms. So as you breathe in, arms go up. And as you breathe out, arms come down. Let's do that 2 more times. One last time. Nice. Standing up nice and tall. Take your right ear, bring it down to your right shoulder. Just let it hang there, nice and gentle. Carry a lot of tension in our neck and our shoulders, so it's nice to do this for a few breaths.
Oh, definitely, I can feel that.
Chin to your chest. Left ear over left shoulder. Chin to your chest, come on up. Now take your right arm, fingers pointed at me. That right arm goes across your body, and with your left arm, you're pulling that right arm towards your body, getting a nice stretch here.
So, Mr. Dunham, do you remember the muscle of this stretch?
Yeah, your deltoid. Switch to the other side. Cross your body. Bring your arms to your side, shoulders back. Couple breaths. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I know we did. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your summer break. And thank you for joining us today for At Home with APS.